Don't buy Asus ZenWiFi XT8. That is a pretty bold statement, isn't it? This expensive mesh system promises to solve all your Wi-Fi problems with its tri-band Wi-Fi 6 magic. But here's what surprised me. After months of testing, I found a critical flaw that could make you regret this purchase. Therefore, if you're considering the ZenWiFi XT8, you need to watch this honest review. I'm going to reveal the problems that most glowing reviews don't talk about. For the best price, click the link in the description. Let's start with the promise. The ZenWiFi XT8 is a premium mesh Wi-Fi 6 system. Its product page boasts a maximum range of 5,500 square feet. It promises to banish Wi-Fi dead zones with a total wireless speed of 6,600 Mbps. Next-gen Wi-Fi 6 technology with OFDMA and MU-MIMO for efficient multi-device connections. Hassle-free control with a 3-step setup via the Asus router app. And always up-to-date protection with lifetime free security from Trend Micro. That is a compelling list. Therefore, you might think this is the ultimate solution for your home. But is it? The setup, as promised, is indeed very easy. Unboxing reveals 2 sleek white nodes. You plug one in, connect to your modem, download the app and follow the prompts. Adding the second node is a breeze. Within minutes, you have a mesh network broadcasting across your home. The app interface is clean and offers a lot of control. This initial experience is fantastic. It feels like a premium product. But here is the first mini twist. That fantastic feeling often lasts only until you start actually using it under normal, real-world conditions. Let's talk about performance and those advertised specs. Wi-Fi 6, 6,600 Mbps, tri-band. Those numbers are impressive. In theory, this system should handle dozens of devices seamlessly. I tested it in a 3,000 square foot home with over 25 connected devices, phones, laptops, smart TVs, gaming consoles, you name it. For the first week, it performed admirably. Speeds were high, coverage was solid. But then, problems began to surface. Therefore, the promise of stable and faster transmission started to crack. The primary issue I encountered, and the one that forms the core of this don't buy argument, is firmware instability. Asus is known for pushing frequent firmware updates to add features and fix bugs. However, with the ZenWiFi XT8, these updates can sometimes be more of a curse than a blessing. I experienced a specific update that, while intended to improve security, introduced significant latency and random dropouts on one of the mesh nodes. This wasn't a one-off. Digging into user forums and even the top reviews on Amazon, you'll find similar stories. People praising the system, but with a caveat. After the latest update, my backhaul connection is unstable. That is a critical problem for a mesh system. If the communication between the nodes is flawed, your entire network suffers. Therefore, that 5,500 square foot coverage promise hinges on a stable link between the units. Speaking of the backhaul, the ZenWiFi XT8 uses a dedicated 5 GHz band for communication between nodes. This is great for performance, but it also means that if that band has interference or issues, you have no easy fallback. You're not just troubleshooting your device's Wi-Fi, you're troubleshooting the mesh's own private conversation. Imagine 2 robots trying to coordinate to save your Wi-Fi, but they keep mishearing each other. It's like a marriage where the partners only talk on a bad telephone line. Joke number 1. Setting up a mesh network is like a relationship. The backhaul connection is the secret channel you hope never goes down, because if it does, everything turns into silent, angry stares from your disconnected devices. Now about range. The 5,500 SQ-FT claim is likely under ideal laboratory conditions. In a real home with walls, furniture, and other wireless interference, the effective, reliable coverage will be less. My testing showed strong signal in most areas, but there were spots where the connection would inexplicably weaken or switch to the weaker node, even when closer to the stronger one. The AI mesh feature, which allows you to mix with other ASUS routers, is a nice flexibility. But if the core system is unstable, adding more nodes might just add more complexity to your problems. Therefore, the Banish Wi-Fi Dead Zone promise has an asterisk attached. The security feature, powered by Trend Micro, is a genuine positive. Lifetime free network security is valuable. It scans for malicious sites and blocks them. But this protection layer, like the firmware, can sometimes feel overzealous. On rare occasions, it incorrectly flagged legitimate sites or services, causing temporary access issues. You have to go into the app to adjust settings. It's a minor annoyance, but it adds to the sense that this system, while powerful, can sometimes be a bit too clever for its own good. Let's address the price. At around $230 for a single node or more for the pack, this is a significant investment. You are paying for top-tier specs, but are you getting top-tier, reliable performance every day? Based on my experience and the pattern of complaints online, the answer is not consistently yes. For a product that is supposed to be the foundation of your digital home, inconsistency is a major flaw. Therefore, the value proposition starts to wobble. Joke number 2. Buying a high-end mesh system is like hiring a celebrity chef for your home kitchen. You expect flawless meals every day, but sometimes they just decide to experiment with a firmware update that turns your internet into abstract art. So should you completely avoid the Asus ZenWiFi XT8? This is the contrarian snapback. My don't buy title is meant to open a curiosity loop. After this deep dive into the problems, here's the resolution and the positive note. The ZenWiFi XT8, despite its firmware-related instability issues, is still a very capable system for the right user. If you are a tech-savvy user who enjoys tinkering, who monitors firmware updates and maybe even delays installing them until community feedback is clear, this system offers immense power and control. The app is great. The Wi-Fi 6 performance, when it's working optimally, is excellent. The hardware design is beautiful and discreet. For the average user who wants plug-and-play perfection, this might be a risky choice. There are other mesh systems that prioritize stability over frequent feature updates. But for the user who wants cutting-edge tech, deep customization, and is willing to navigate occasional software hiccups, the ZenWiFi XT8 can be a rewarding purchase. The problems are real, but they are often manageable with a bit of patience and know-how. Therefore, my final advice is not a blanket don't buy, but a strong buyer beware. Understand what you're getting. You're getting a powerful, sometimes temperamental system. If your home has many Wi-Fi 6 devices and you need the throughput and you can handle the tech curveballs, it could be worth it. Joke number 3. Using the ZenWiFi XT8 is like adopting a highly intelligent but moody pet. It's brilliant most of the time, but you need to be ready for the days when it just stares at the firmware update and decides to behave oddly. Before we wrap up, let's quickly revisit the pros. Easy setup and great app. Strong Wi-Fi 6 performance when stable, excellent security features, beautiful design, AI mesh compatibility for future expansion. The cons. Firmware update instability can introduce performance issues. The premium price. Range may not meet ideal claims in all environments. Occasional overzealous security blocks. Joke number 4. Reviewing a mesh system is like being a Wi-Fi therapist. You listen to the problems, diagnose the issues, and then try to convince people that sometimes a little instability is okay if the connection is strong most of the time. In conclusion, the Asus ZenWiFi XT8 is a product of contrasts. It promises and often delivers elite performance, but it carries a caveat of potential software-induced problems. Do your research. Check the latest user reviews for firmware sentiment. If you decide that its power outweighs its quirks, you can get a truly advanced home network system. And if you do decide to purchase, make sure you get the best possible price. For the best price on Amazon for the Asus ZenWiFi XT8, click the link in the description below. Thank you for watching this honest review.